Bible verses for hope. Romans chapter 8, verse 24. For in this hope we were saved. But hope that is seen is no hope at all. Who hopes for what they already have? Job chapter 17, verse 15. Where then is my hope? Who can see any hope for me? Proverbs chapter 23, verse 18. There is surely a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Matthew chapter 12, verse 21. In his name the nations will put their hope. Job chapter 5, verse 16. So the poor have hope, and injustice shuts its mouth. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 7. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Romans chapter 12, verse 12. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Romans chapter 4, verse 18. Against all hope, Abraham in hope believed, and so became the father of many nations, just as has been said to him, so shall your offspring be. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 14. Know also that wisdom is like honey for you. If you find it, there is a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 7. Hopes placed in mortals die with them. All the promise of their power comes to nothing. Psalm 31, verse 24. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Psalm 33, verse 20. We wait in hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. Philippians chapter 2, verse 23. I hope, therefore, to send him as soon as I see how things go with me. Psalm 131, verse 3. Israel, put your hope in the Lord, both now and forevermore. Psalm 147, verse 11. The Lord delights in those who fear him, who put their hope in his unfailing love. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 28. The prospect of the righteous is joy, but the hopes of the wicked come to nothing. Psalm 9, verse 18. But God will never forget the needy. The hope of the afflicted will never perish. Psalm 62, verse 5. Yes, my soul, find rest in God. My hope comes from him. Psalm 119, verse 114. You are my refuge and my shield. I've put my hope in your word. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Lamentations chapter 3, verse 29. Let him bury his face in the dust, there may yet be hope. Acts chapter 2, verse 26. Therefore my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. My body also will rest in hope. Psalm 71, verse 14. As for me, I will always have hope. I will praise you more and more. Job chapter 8, verse 13. Such is the destiny of all who forget God. So perishes the hope of the godless. Job chapter 6, verse 8. Oh, that I might have my request, that God would grant what I hope for. Job chapter 4, verse 6. Should not your piety be your confidence, and your blameless ways your hope? Galatians chapter 5, verse 5. For through the Spirit we eagerly await by faith the righteousness for which we hope. Psalm 119, verse 49. Remember your word to your servant, for you have given me hope. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 12. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. Psalm 33, verse 17. The horse is a vain hope for deliverance, Despite all its great strength, it cannot save. Psalm 25, verse 21. May integrity and uprightness protect me, because my hope, Lord, is in you. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. 1 John chapter 3, verse 3. All who have this hope in him purify themselves, just as he is pure.